Alright, so what's up, y'all? It's your boy Lito, take over the hustle of the year. We back on Press Pause Productions. Usually when we with Malcolm Jenkins, it's with the Blitz Bourbon and Bow Tie, but this time, he got something new going on. The newly retired Malcolm Jenkins has hosted his first annual Malcolm Jenkins Fantasy Blitz. Stay tuned for more, and you're gonna see a dope interview with our hometown hero, Malcolm Jenkins. We back with the Takeover Files and Press Pause Production. Now this is our third interview. Y'all know this is my guy, Malcolm Jenkins. He bought me a Super Bowl. You know, we done went on a couple food drives, and to see him continuing to give back to the city of Philadelphia, to a city you weren't even born in. You just played football, build relationships, but now you're here. And we're not here for the Blitz Bourbon and Bow Tie. We're here for Malcolm Jenkins Fantasy Blitz. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yeah, we had to change it up, you know. I left the market for a while. The world shut down for a couple years, so we're finally back in person with a new kind of twist to how we're entering the market with our Fantasy Blitz event. And really just an opportunity just to talk about what we're doing with the foundation, update our patrons, our fans, spend some time, you know, in person. But really it's a good cause. Philadelphia has been a place that I've called home. It's sold into me, so I've been I try to exercise reciprocity and sow that back into the communities, specifically where I see the need, and particularly where I see it now is the root cause of a lot of the issues that we see in this city. It's the largest, one of the poorest large cities in the country, and poverty is such a problem. And so financial literacy is a must for this community. And the reason that we are here today is to raise money to build our financial literacy programs. Not only just teaching the tools of how to use things like credit, life insurance, bank accounts, all that, but really, what do you value? You know, first, like what is money used for? Because money's a tool. It's not the end all of everything. If I sat $1 million in cash right here, it would mean nothing if it only stayed right here, right? You got to use it.
Probably won't be there that long.
You got to use it, right? So what are we using it for? What are your values? And then how do you use money as a tool to accomplish your values? And that's where we're starting. And it's events like these support from the community that allow us to build that.
Now I heard you make a statement. Can you mention that again as far as the Parkway, the school that you're bringing this finance? Because just as a former educator, that's something that I used to advocate for us to try to bring into our curriculums. Because, you know, it's like after high school, that's when it just hit us. You know, we get hit with credit cards, we get hit with bills. Can you just say the school that you will be bringing that to start it off?
Yeah, so we partner with Parkway Northwest High School for Peace and Social Justice. One, I love their curriculum because they are raising some very socially conscious youth that challenge the staff to be better, that challenge the city, and the youth there are just phenomenal. And so one of the things that I'm trying to do there is start the program there. And what we'll do is pilot it and use that to launch it in other cities across the country that we are, you know, have relationships with. But we want to do that with Parkway Northwest because they believe in the vision. The students there are phenomenal, and we've done so much work with them. Ronnie McLeod has also adopted that school, so they're doing some great things there, and we've been thoroughly pleased as partners. So starting here in Philly to be the model that we spread everywhere else.
Hey man, I don't want to hold you up too much long, but last question: what did you learn the most about yourself post retirement?
You know what? I learned that for me, it's my opinion that black men really need to focus on developing our imaginations. I think for me, as a football player, I get conditioned to be, you know, this warrior and in a routine and things like that. We get value for our bodies, we get value for what we can do with our hands, and very often we don't get value for our minds or our creativity. And I've learned that, you know, I've been a creator really this whole time. I just hadn't had the opportunity to exercise those muscles or build those foundations. And so a lot of the time that I'm spending now is on writing, it's on working through my production company, it's on doing things that are creative. I've been for 13 years, you know, I've had microphones, I've had microphones in my face and been able to use platforms like this to articulate myself but it's very limiting. So but you see things like art, music, movies, films, somehow can speak a language that everybody can understand. And I think that's where, as a storyteller, I'm starting to develop, is how to continue to use my voice and be outspoken, but in ways that people may better be able to digest it.
Well, Malcolm, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for always using your voice, especially at a time today when a lot of people are getting criticized for speaking their opinions or just for speaking their mind. Thank you for always using your voice unapologetically. Thank you for what you continue to do for my city, but of course what you did for my team now. You know, I gotta thank you for that. But thank you, man. Looking forward to many more of these from the one and only, the legend, Mr. Malcolm Jenkins.
All